Hello, thank you for joining me for another episode of the Pickled Perspective. I wanted to take a few minutes today and talk about PodProsper. So, we officially launched PodProsper, which is a new nonprofit initiative on International Podcast Day this year, September 30th. However, I was literally out to sea. We had done a short cruise to Bermuda, which was impacted by a hurricane, so we ended up just actually sitting on the boat for pretty much a week, and there was very little Wi-Fi connectivity. And then we were too far from land, so you couldn't get cellular. Made it very difficult to properly launch the initiative as hoped. So there was a short video clip, but I wanted to take a minute to talk about Pod Prosper and what our mission is and what we're aiming to do. So PodProsper and PodOps, they are completely separate entities. Obviously, PodOps supports PodProsper by donating services, support, and other financial components. We also already have partners such as PodFest, Podcast Movement, Power Up, Hollyland, and others that we're working with that are donating things like tickets to upcoming events and hardware and mentoring hours. So, our goal is to bring together these resources and fundraise to help get podcasters not only access to these events, but get them to the events. So, remove those barriers, help get them access to the best of the best in the podcasting industry so that they can learn in this space where there are so many incredible people where if you might not live in LA or New York or in a city where some of the top talent is, we want to find a way to bring you together. And so that, in a nutshell is what the goal of Pod Prosper is. Um, as I said, it is a nonprofit, so there is a fundraising component. Today, if you visit the website, we have version one up, and it's pretty simplistic and straightforward. We're working on the version two component of the website, which will actually allow peer to peer fundraising. So think of like your birthday fundraiser you might do on Facebook. We're adding that component in. So if our creators and our podcasters want to support the program in that way, we want to give them that option. We're continuing to do outreach to get grants, to look for partners who can financially support, as well as continue to work on the partnerships that we have in place already to get the best of breed access to those tickets for events like Podcast Movement and Podfest, which have both already been incredibly generous. And before we were even ready to launch, we're on board. So it's really exciting to see where we're going, and we're only just beginning. Our flagship event, which is Pod All Nightathon, we're very excited about that. Registration will open on January 1st, and for that event, we're keeping it a little vague intentionally. But what I can tell you is that on International Podcast Day of 2025, or at least I should say the weekend preceding, the Saturday and Sunday preceding that, we will have a 24-hour event where anybody who registers, you will pick your category. You're either going to compete in audio or video, and there will be a 24-hour window beginning at noon on Saturday, closing at 11:59 a.m. on Sunday, where you will be creating audio or video content. Every hour, we will have different challenges. It might be something like you need to use X piece of audio or video or this visual component, depending on which category you're competing in. Our sponsors and other contributors to the event will have the ability to contribute and kind of add those wild card components. So that's going to be a fun addition to that. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think what else I can share right off the bat. So um, it is not exclusive to PodOps users. So again, everything we do, we try to keep open to the entire community. Just like our workshops that we host the second Thursday of every month, anybody is welcome. No matter where you host your podcast, we want to ensure that we are connecting our creators and building a supportive community. Um, Take a moment when you have time, go to podprosper.org, have a look, reach out if you have any questions. We're adding new content daily, so we'll be building that out as well as building up the social media aspects of the site. If you want to get involved, feel free to reach out. You can do so in the comments here or hi at podprosper.org, and that will get routed to our team. And we're happy to get you involved. Or if you have any questions, and of course, you can donate on the website. All of that goes through PayPal so that it's secure. Um, yeah, so we're really excited, and we think this is going to be a great support for creators and podcasters, and we're really excited to see where it goes. So we'll keep it short and sweet today, but as always, happy creating, and I look forward to seeing what we do with this.